Hello. Welcome everyone to JLABTV. I am JLAB and this is Football Manager 2021, the Youth Academy Challenge for Siena. If you like this kind of videos, be sure to like and share this video and to subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a lot. So we're looking at Fantozi's staff profile, and you could see he's got a national B license now when he only had a national C license beforehand. He's studying for his national A license immediately and has already shown signs of improvement, which is very promising indeed. The only things he's not improved are his working with youngsters, his level of discipline, his determination, and his adaptability, which for me isn't really at the end of the day. It's not the end of the world. And the fact he's really improved this much after just one coaching badge is pretty promising, to say the least. The last person I want to talk about is Russo, and yeah, Russo is on the verge of getting his Continental Pro license. He has very much improved his ability as well. His motivating and man management have definitely gone up. His adaptability, determination, and level of discipline were already pretty good, which didn't need to improve that much. He hasn't really improved as much as Fantozi has in a short period of time, but I don't know how much he can improve these days. He is also, it is 7 years ago, so it might be a completely different thing. But even so, Russo has definitely improved, and given that he started a national B license, it's a good sign to say that, yeah, maybe once he decides to leave, he can be in a very good position to help out other teams, right? That's just how I view it. Between Fantozi and Russo, we've got two young coaches who could go out to the world, especially after they came from my youth intakes in the first place. So it's very promising, to say the least, that we have produced not only good players, but also good coaches. Still, we've had a few games since we last met. Shall we talk about them? Our first game was a 2-1 victory against Inter Milan. Musu scored the opening goal of the game with that free kick, a very good free kick. Unfortunately, we gave the ball away here and we weren't able to do much of it. Amy, with this effort to make it 1-1, I think, at least we can get a point, surely. No, we didn't. Just 6 minutes later, they score from this free kick. Nalinho with the finish. I feel a bit unlucky with that, honestly, but again, what can you do when those sort of efforts go in against you? It was just one of those games where we definitely gave them a fight. We have 17 shots to their 18, but 6 shots on target to their 9. And going on from here, we know we can do more and more, because honestly, to do this against the league champions, we know we can definitely do a good fight. And for me, that is very, very important. The next game we had was against Sampdoria in the Coppa Italia 4th qualifying round to set a tie against Lazio. We won 3-0. Carboni scores again. He is very much becoming a favourite player of mine, even though he's so young and has got a lot of room to grow. We do make it 2-0 after Musu decides to do this, showing his talents and showing why he is highly regarded, even though he wants to leave us. Still, we made it 3 in the hour mark. Vietina plays this ball across to find Bazzone, who finds back in the net. He's now looking very good in regards to goals. Still, we had just 14 shots to their 10, so it wasn't like we dominated this game as much as I want to say that. We had 7 shots on target to their 5. Our keeper just stopped them from scoring. We were a bit lucky at times, but at the end of the day, we did ourselves justice. We stopped ourselves from losing, and that's the important part. We're through to the first round of the Coppa Italia for the 6th straight season. Our next game was against Bologna, and we actually went behind inside just 2 minutes. Unfortunately for us, Houseman gets there first, despite the fact that keeper probably should have got there first, but wasn't brave enough to do it. We do get an equaliser though, thankfully, in the 23rd, 24th minute of the game. Mapele keeps going, finds Vietina, who finds back in the net with that effort. Keeper felt like could have done more. And the worst part about this is we missed a penalty. We had a chance to score a winner with this penalty in the 57th minute of the game. Basanti took it, and Basanti's penalty was saved. It was a very good save from the keeper, to be fair. But even so, I'm a little disappointed we could not win with that penalty in our possession. And a chance to score from the spot very much presented itself. It shows that Rossi maybe actually be the best penalty taker in the team, which is a little concerning when you say that's the case, as the defender, who shouldn't be taking penalties all the time, was actually the best choice on the pitch. But yeah, it happened. We missed the penalty. We missed a chance to win. And it's just one of those games, really. It's still a good point considering how good Bologna have been in the past. But even so, I'm a little disappointed we did not get a win here. Our next game was against Torino. And honestly, I was so happy we got this win. Isaac Ashan scored in his first ever goal for the club as well. Helps our case. But bloody hell, they actually made us work for this, because they actually were really good in the first half. They had 12 shots in the first half to our 4, and I had to change some bits and pieces. I don't know if I changed to 4-2-4. I think I changed to the 4-2-4 formation to try and see if it worked. It worked, I think, maybe. It didn't really feel like it worked, but we still got the winning goal with the corner, and the short corner just worked us a treat there. But yeah, their formation just did us problems, and I don't know what it was, but we just could not cope against them for the first half. But tinkering things in the second half worked in our favour, and we were the better team in the second half. And the fact our goalkeeper got the player of the match award kind of tells you how much pressure he was put under in this game. It really does. In the last game we had before we met up again, we lost 3-2 to Fiorentina. Their first goal was very fortuitous, scored in that manner from a tackle. The man who scored the first goal got the assist for the second. We were 2-0 down inside 32 minutes, and I was thinking, oh no, this is going badly. We do have a start to get a fight back. We score after Mangoni ends up that move with a very nice goal indeed. Very well worked. Unfortunately for us, Fiorentina get themselves back a 2-goal lead, and it was kind of when we realised this was going in that I realised, yeah, this is not going to go our day. But we still managed to get ourselves a second goal. Musu being the man of the hour once again to score. And it was really well worked, this goal. It's just unfortunate that our day was not very good. And Fiorentina were the better team of the day. They had not as many shots as us, but they had the better streak and they created the better chances. So quite frankly, they deserved to win this game. And I was not upset at the end of the day. We had to go for the 4-2-4 formation, and I think it worked. But other than that, we couldn't get a point, and that's the end of the day. These results have left us in 4th place. However, with just one victory in the last 4, it kind of doesn't help. In our defence, we did have Inter Milan, Bologna and Fiorentina in these matches. So honestly, the fact we even got a point out of those games was quite nice. We probably would feel like we could have got another point or two, but at the end of the day, it's still a good position to be in, and we are very comfortably clear of the relegation zone right now, and that for me is very promising. We did, however, get a youth intake preview at this point as well. Looking at our youth intake preview, I was not really that impressed. It felt very, very quiet for once, and for me, that is concerning when we've only got a number of good fullbacks, a good wide midfielder who could be a very good prospect, and especially when they give us the location where he's from, and then they say, got a generation. Then they don't tell us anything else apart from the fact that, yeah, wingbacks could be bad, goalkeepers are not good, neither the fullbacks, and the centre midfielders aren't great, neither the attacking midfielders, so there's a lot of blanks to be filled in, and quite frankly, I was a little disappointed about this, because it meant I just had to think, either we're going to get a good intake, or they're going to be very bad indeed, and that's concerning to say the least. In the match that we're going to be playing today, we're going to be playing against Benevento, who have lost 5 on the bounce, and in fact, I think it could be 6, so they've not had the best of times as of late, and quite frankly, we should be beating this team comfortably. Whether or not they are good, I don't care. We should be winning this match. Even if, and this is a big if, even if we have a few injury concerns and suspension concerns, because we've got a few players out ourselves, which probably doesn't help our case, but honestly, I'm looking at this and thinking we should be good. Even with a rotated team, we should do well here. With the likes of Dai, Rossi suspended or injured, as well as Calandri, Musu and Vitani, we should still win, even without those players, and Mapelli also on the bench because he's not fully fit. It's not the end of the world, it just means that we've got to work a bit more and just hope for more bits and pieces to come through, honestly. And we're going to give some players their debuts, or give some players on the bench as well. So it's just to make sure we have something going our way. But even so, this is a team that should be beating Benevento, and quite frankly, if we don't beat Benevento, I'll be a little disappointed. So it's just one of those things. Can we do it? Let's see if we can, shall we? And he's giving the ball away. Okay, that's a little concerning, but Bozzoni gets the ball back twice. Well done, Bozzoni. Really well done. Here's Carboni. Starts today, and that's a blatant penalty. What was that? I've never seen anything so blatant. Novello was going to go through clean on goal, and that is 100% a penalty. The most stupidest example I've ever seen. That should be more than just yellow too. It should be a red card. It's not even a card, but Novello takes the penalty. Can he score it? Please actually score it. It's comfortable. Roberto Novello scores just his 3rd of a goal for of his career. His 1st of the season. He's not going to get an easy chance to score than that, is he? Let's be honest. Roberto Novello gives us the lead in such as 4 minutes from the spot. 1-0 Siena. Very good situation to be in. And his finale now is Sean. Plays across to Carbone. Oh, he's just wide. Could have got down target if he did. He's in, and that's a goal. Free kick, Novello takes it. And he's going to play it in nicely. Carbone's put it over again. He's missed a few chances so far, Carbone. A little concerned now. This is not our strongest team either, so the fact we're doing this well against this team that is well, not the greatest, and we're still having chances. It's kind of nice, but I think Mapele, if he was on the pitch, would have scored at least a goal by now with the chances that Carboni's had. The Furry's in. Good defending again, and that is why we need the big defenders here. Novello loses the bow, and it's a throw into us now. But even so, we've got really good defenders who have put their bodies on the line for the cause, and that's great. Colucci takes the throw. Carboni plays it across to Brazzone, and Brazzone scores his fourth for the season, and that is very good. He is officially our 5th highest goal scorer as well. That's 63 goals he's got for us now, 57 of those in the league, so he's very good. And it's 2-0 just before the half-hour mark, and that is very good. The space he's got given as well is embarrassing. You should not give him that sort of space at all. Sean with a throw, and this should be easy right now. Mangoni finds a Sean. I didn't think it would be this good, honestly, especially with all the players we had to replace because of injuries. So it shows that maybe this is a good team now. We've got strength and depth. Colucci plays it across. Mangoni's blocked, and that might be the end of the highlight. No, looks like it's going to continue potentially. Now it's probably going to end because we haven't done much on this, have we? Sean. It's not the best ball, is it? Free kick. Polino's going to take it. I did not know he had that in his locker, but okay. What is his free kicks like? I should probably check that later. I did not know he could have that free kick in his locker, but here's Mangoni. Still going. Oberti denied. Good effort, really, from Oberti, if anything else. 2.5 time. I'm actually going to check Polino's free kick taking now. Oh, he's actually 11. He's actually not that bad. Never mind. I've got a lot of free kick takers who are really good in defense. It feels like. Don't be surprised if you see some of my defenders taking free kicks, even if they're not wing, even if they're not fullbacks. We have some centre backs taking free kicks. It feels like we've got a throw in. Colucci takes it, finds Carboni. Colucci again. Finelli. Oh, that should be a chance. And Finelli's hit the bar. Oh, that was close. Should have been free potentially. They got a free kick now. Neri finds Demonte. Leonardi. What can they do from this? It's the best chance they've really had since the chance we blocked early on. And Leonardi, Oberti's there. Having a 6'6" giant is such a vital thing here. And Obert now, Novello. Need a pass to 10-2. Here's Novello. Brazzone. Brazzone does it again. And yes, without Brazzone is very good on his day, and he is showing why that's the case. They are going to have another game without victory, and if you're Benevento this season, you've got to wonder what on earth has gone wrong, where have you gone wrong, because this is just, we're too rampant right now. We really are too rampant. Brazzone with a free kick to get his hat-trick. Almost was a hat-trick for Brazzone. That is very good from him. Oberti, we're going to take off his tackling and telling the easiest tackles, but this has been very good for us. Novella takes the corner. Maione, we're giving a debut today as well. Cabras has an effort. It's been denied. So we are literally going to give some young players a chance to run out here because they are on the pitch and they can do things. And for me, that's just important now because we've got young talent who can absolutely benefit from this whole scenario, this whole situation. Give them a debut and see what they can do in this run out. And for me now, as they've gone down to 10 men due to an injury, we are comfortable, and that is a very good 3-0 victory. Good defensive display, good attacking display. It shows now we are not one of the worst teams in the division anymore. We're actually really good. And with this victory, not only do we stop them from having a single shot on target, we also have got more victories in the league this season than we did the entirety of last season, which for me is very important. It shows that we can get past that demon of ours as we give Maione a debut today. 17 years of age. He can play in the inverted winger, so if anything, this guy's really useful. So he would be someone we can use to play in these positions going forward. Very good talent. He's trying to learn that role because he's been played there a few times in the under-18s, which is good. Hopefully, it won't affect his potential ability too much. But yes, we are here now, and given what happened to Benevento this season, and given that we are now 23 points in the relegation zone, that's over. We're not going to look at the relegation zone anymore. We are safe as far as I'm concerned. We are now looking at whether we can get a European place this year after what happened 2 years ago. We know we can get European football. The question now is, can we get Champions League or Europa League or Europa Conference League football? Because we're very comfortable at the moment. We're going to play the other games as well for the day because I want to see where everyone goes. And look, we're now in 16th place. We are no longer in the bottom 3 of the seat of the table in current ability in the season preview chart, which for me is massive. It means that we are no longer the worst team in the division. And the only concern I have is if Carlo Musso was to leave us. If he was to go, would that change things? Because maybe, yes, because Carlo Musso is now here. He's now best in the 2 Fiorentina's best players, which is concerning. Hopefully with this kind of talent, hopefully Champions League football, we can get to him to stay. But we're going to keep going until we find out what the other results today have been, so we know where we're going to finish on the day and what we're going to do from here and now. And there's one more thing I want to talk about briefly, and it's about a former player of mine, because I know you might be interested in hearing about Federlande and how he is gossing on. Because something happened. Something very interesting happened. As we are now 6 points clear of Bologna, who didn't play. They played yesterday. And 6 points clear of Napoli, who won 3-1 against Bari. But Sassuolo held Fiorentina to a 0-0 draw, meaning we are 6 points clear of them as well. And we're 9 points clear of 8th place Sassuolo. So this is a very good campaign for us right now, I've got to say. We're going to save this before anything happens, so in case I have a power cut or something. I doubt I will, but I'll rather be cautious about the whole damn thing, honestly. But even so, we're going to be cautious. Let's talk about Federlande as well, because, well, he's moved. He's at West Brom now. Federlande is at West Brom, and he's been paid 140 grand a week. He's worth 63 million, which for me tells me that this guy, if he was still at the club, would be amazing. He's also got cash for Italy. He moved to West Brom for 49 million with potential add-on fees of being 66 million because he asked for a new contract. Man City said no, and Man City ended up selling him. So imagine my shock and horror when I realised that City had actually sold him on to West Brom. And then I looked at the league table. West Brom are currently leading the Premier League in the year 2040 and could potentially be breaking the dominance of the Big Six this year. Man City on 6th place. Newcastle, who've been in the top 4 for the last 5 or so years, could be about to miss out on top 4 for the first time in years. Newcastle in the top 4 for the last 5 seasons. It's ridiculous. But West Brom could be winning the league. Could you imagine if Landy is the catalyst that sends them up to win the title? I can't believe it's happening either, but I'm just looking at this and thinking, please, Landy, please do it. Please win the league title with West Brom, just to show that we can create league champions. I want to see it. I want to see it just for that. Either way, though, I'm going to end this here. I hope you guys have actually enjoyed yourselves. I hope you guys like and share this video, and that you subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a lot. But anyway, until next time, goodbye, and well, good night.